So we're doing this fun thing with the kids where we're having them do these individual art projects where they basically have the three main macronutrients and the categories of food, and then they get to draw the types of food that go in those respective categories. And the reason we're teaching them this is because we want them to have a relatively good idea as far as like where the foods that they're consuming regularly, where they go, and what type of macro they're consuming, because we are hoping that it sets them up for success later in life. Having a good sense of like what a carbohydrate is, what a protein source is, what a fat source is. This can be really, really helpful when you're trying to figure out like what you should be consuming day to day, or like what to make for dinner, and even like in a situation where you're just compiling leftovers and things like that. Like, it's really nice to just have that freedom of awareness and knowing, okay, I just need a little bit of protein here, some starchy carb here, fruits and veggie or something, and a healthy fat. Like, knowing what those are is extremely helpful. And that's one of the reasons we're trying to get started early with the kiddos, and teach them this stuff. And I think a lot of times adults need to learn this stuff too. And, the macronutrients, really what it comes down to, everything we consume is going to fall under one of those categories. And there's three. There's protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And then some people consider alcohol its own or fiber its own, but there's going to be some sources of food that are going to have fiber, and they're going to fall into one of those main three categories. So those are the ones that I usually focus on with people. And if I tell somebody they need to increase their protein, it helps to know like what their options are. Like, okay, egg whites, you can supplement with protein powder or protein bars, and then of course all your meats. There's a little bit of protein in oatmeal, and some veggies like broccoli, lentils, black beans. Those have a little bit of protein in them. Knowing this stuff really, really helps. It helps us because then we can make much wiser and more intentional decisions when it comes to what we're consuming. So Google's a good resource, but if you want a quick list, I can just shoot you one over. But yeah, I've got some macro cheat sheets, so if you need that, hit me up. And yeah, I'll talk more about macros, I'm sure, in a later video. Have a great day.